God's Amazing Grace. Good News of the Kingdom, January 1st. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom. Matthew chapter 4 verse 23. He opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5 verses 2 and 3. As something strange and new, these words fall upon the ears of the wondering multitude. Such teaching is contrary to all they have ever heard from priest or rabbi. They see in it nothing to flatter their pride or to feed their ambitious hopes. But there is about this new teacher a power that holds them spellbound. The sweetness of divine love flows from his very presence as the fragrance from a flower. In the throng that surrounded Jesus, there were some who had a sense of their spiritual poverty. There were souls who, in the presence of his purity, felt that they were wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Revelation 3 verse 17. And they longed for the grace of God that bringeth salvation. Titus 2 verse 11. Of the poor in spirit, Jesus says, Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This kingdom is not, as Christ's hearers had hoped, a temporal and earthly dominion. Christ was opening to them the spiritual kingdom of his love, his grace, his righteousness. His subjects are the poor in spirit, the meek, the persecuted for righteousness' sake. The kingdom of heaven is theirs. Though not yet fully accomplished, the work is begun in them, which will make them meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light. Colossians 1 verse 12. All who have a sense of their deep soul poverty, who feel that they have nothing good in themselves, may find righteousness and strength by looking unto Jesus. He bids you exchange your poverty for the riches of his grace. We are not worthy of God's love, but Christ, our surety, is worthy and is abundantly able to save all who shall come unto him. Whatever may have been your past experience, however discouraging your present circumstances, if you will come to Jesus just as you are, weak, helpless, and despairing, our compassionate Savior will meet you a great way off and will throw about you his arms of love and his robe of righteousness.